What is going on, guys? It has been a good over a month since I posted on an actual last video. I've been doing lots of shorts, which have been doing okay, but it is now 2026. Hope everyone had a great Christmas, whatever, New Year, whatever you celebrate, Toyotathon. Hope it was all good. Hope you had a great time. But we are finally gonna get into some mods here on the FK today, and we are gonna be doing a hybrid short shifter. And here's the actual shifter mechanism itself. Very robust and nice looking. The old one from what I see online looks pretty cheap. So we'll do a little, maybe see if we can do a little side by side depending on how the install goes. I also went ahead and got base shifter bushings, but apparently I've seen online that you don't need these, but I can't see that as these don't have anything, so they still must get used. It must be in an old forum post or something, but I had these exact same bushings in my 9th gen, and the shifter change just with adding these to my Buddy Club shifter was night and day, and I can't recommend it anymore. And then it comes with, from what I've told, it's a smaller, like a less stiff spring, I guess, from what's in here, but we won't be using that. And then here we have like the little extension piece that will sit on top of that with the shift knob and everything. Everything I've seen online for this is, it looks pretty simple. I just need a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver, a panel popper, and then we are gonna get into this right now. Also, don't judge the car. It's got a bunch of Ivy's footprints all over it. It is absolutely disgusting out, and it's getting a little bit warmer out right now, so I literally cleaned the car a couple days ago and it looked like this within a couple hours, so unfortunately it's that time of year. We got our panel popper. You can get, if you don't have one of these, you get these on Amazon. You get them at like any Princess Auto or like any like even Harbor Freight, or most stores can get these. They're pretty cheap. They're really good to have. I have this fancy Nest tool that I got when I installed my thermostat years ago. It has a Phillips and a flathead on it. I don't know. This has been clutch for years. I love this thing. If you get a Nest thermostat, I'm assuming these still come with it. These are clutch. I love this. This is one of my favorite tools out of my toolbox. It's a perfect size, and it just works everywhere. So first thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna get the shift knob out of here. Supposed to pull down on this, I guess. There we go, and then this threads up. I actually got super lucky, and it's a 14 millimeter wrench, just in case yours doesn't come off. That was the first wrench I saw, so must be destiny. It's not coming off.
A few moments later.
There we go. That should not have been that tough to get off. Like, it is hot with how much friction. Ow. Oh, thanks to the previous owner. Either they cross-threaded this, putting this back on, or this was cross-threaded. Who knows? This is all messed up now, but whatever. We're getting rid of it. Then, so after 14 mil, take that off after that nightmare. We go ahead and take this off. Also, while you're at it, empty out the stuff in your center console. Pop off like that. Awesome, no broken clips. It's actually really nice suede pieces. And then go in, pop up this little corner in here. Get a hold of it. And this just comes out like that. Amazing, no broken clips. And same thing, this side. There we go. And once you get it there, it all comes out pretty. There we go. No broken clips. Then on each side of the center console area, there's going to be 2 Phillips to remove. These better not be cross-threaded to hell either. Thank God they're not. And then we'll pop this up. There we go. There'll be 2 little clips to pull out, or a few clips to pull out for the parking brake. There'll be 3 total. 1 for the parking brake, 1 for the brake hold. That one. And then this last one. Bang, bam. Out. It's got a decent amount of weight to it. It's also very dusty. All right, apparently the climate control just pops off, which I'm kind of iffy on yanking that out. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, nothing broken. Pop off the 2 switches, or 2, that's another thing that this is really great for. It gets the switch, the clips on the plugins very easily. Okay, so center console's out. So there'll actually be 3 more Phillips screws. There'll be 1 right here, 1 right on each end of where the climate control was, and then 1 directly in the center here, which is also a 10 mil if you have a little bit of trouble getting that out. Hopefully, no, that one came out real nice. You probably hear Ivy crying that I'm not letting her out, but it is very dirty in my garage, and I don't need her jumping up on the muddy floor into the car and then back into the house. She can suffer out there for now. Okay, now all the 3 Phillips are out. This just pops out real nice. And then, we'll put it in, priority and forth to get her out. Oh, might have a little bit of a electrical connector in the way here. So I'm gonna be throwing a little iPhone footage in here because the tutorial I was doing didn't have the wireless charge pad here. But you won't be able to pull this center console section out because of this cord here, this wire here. So what you have to do underneath here, right here and here, there'll be just 2 Phillips screws. Pop those off, and then you pop off this this little trim piece here. Again, just pops off. This trim piece here pops off like everything else. And then once you get underneath it, there'll be that, and then you just disconnect that. Okay, so after a little bit of messing around, we found out that the tutorial I saw, previous owner, or the guy that doing his, didn't have the wireless charge pad, which, to be honest, is kind of useless because it doesn't charge very well and just gets your phone super friggin' hot. But that's out, so then now this cord will be out of the way. And then this can come out. Set that down the side. Okay, so more iPhone stuff. Pull this up to get a little more access there, which is just a little rubber piece. And then you get your little pry tool in there. Looks like there's a little slot down there. You might have to pop this in there, pop this out. Okay, after a bunch of swearing and pinching my fingers a bunch, how to get this off? You gotta come in from the side here and then pry this off. Then once this comes off from the top actually, then you just kind of yank her down and eventually comes out. And there will be 2 harnesses obviously back here, 1 for your 12 volt, 1 for your USB-C. Disconnect those and pull that away. We're in the back seat now. There we go. Just grabbing what I had and just yanking it back. Pull it right out. And then we gotta disconnect that. A little pop with the flathead and... Alright, we're back in the front seat. And then once you pull that back cord out, there'll be a little mat here. Oh, there's a little tab on the back of it. Kind of gross. Ooh, that is gross. It's sticky. I'm gonna wipe that. Everything. It's also a good opportunity when you're in here to wipe everything down while you put it back, because that's really the only time it can get properly cleaned. And then there's just 2 more Phillips at the very bottom here. And then once you take out the harness for the there's a front USB in here. We should be able to pull this whole thing out and then access the shifter finally. And you're gonna notice this now that I'm trying to watch the Oilers game that just started, so we're gonna speed this up a little bit with some power tools. Oh, they're not 10 mils, they're actually 8 mils. Fun. And before you get too crazy, there is a little retention clip on that back harness on the very back here. just to move it, just to unclip it, just so you have more access to pull it back, basically. So then, with all this room here, you'll be able to disconnect the USB that's down here, and then this whole thing should just come up. Okay, after a bunch of swearing and having plastic jamming in my arms, basically have to get one hand underneath here and another hand in there just to pull the clip down for the USB, which I don't even want to connect back there because I never used it to begin with. But now, only thing that's left is just to disconnect the secure clips for like all the parking brake and everything that are in the center console, and we will be able to just to pull this whole thing right out and access the shifter. Only one broken clip, luckily. It's nothing important. But yeah, this looks like we're getting ready to pull this out now. And out she goes. Okay, so once you get the whole center console out and everything, I'm sorry, also gonna I'm jumping back between two different cameras basically. So one's gonna have a microphone, one's just have the stock and microphone. I'm sorry. There will be one clip here right next to that's actually attached to the shifter. The easiest way I use to get those out, I just take the flathead, drive it in the one side, and usually it pops up like this, and you just kind of wedge it up enough and it just will release itself and pops out. So next, we are going to be taking out this metal bracket with there's two Phillips heads here, or they are 8 mils as well. So we're just going to take those out right now. Okay, so there's actually a few more of these clips that are attached here. We're going to have to get rid of all those just so we can get rid of this, get this out of here. So there'll be another one here. There'll be a couple more clips just keeping the whole harness in, so you're gonna have to remove those anyway, so we'll quickly get those out. Okay, so with these, they're actually a little bit easier because you can just go from the back side here and push the pins and they pop right out. So we're gonna take these 2 bolts here, and then there's 1 bolt there, 1 bolt on this side, and this whole shifter assembly should come out, and then we'll be ready to release the cables here. The absolute state I just had to drive my car in. It's like -15 outside. I had to drive in shorts, no socks in my shoes. The car is ripped apart right now because I'm doing the shifter. I had to put a rag on here because the collar messed up all the threads. I had to slightly attach this just so I can hold on. I had to reconnect this just to plug everything in, just so I could take it, put the parking brake on and off. And then I have my center console in backwards right now because the back of the center console is like the proximity for the wireless key system basically. And if you don't, like when I first started the car, it said like issue with keyless entry or whatever, and I didn't want to drive to Canadian Tire after picking up this tool and not be able to start the car or something like that. So I had to put the glove box in like backwards just so I can make sure I can drive. But we made it back. I got some channel grips to take off these damn shifter cables, and we're gonna get this install done. After all that, we got the shifter out. Essentially the hard part's done. I will tell you in a second how I got these cables out. It is a lot harder than it was on my 9th gen. We can tell right away already that this is a lot smaller. Like it will be a little bit longer with my the little extension that goes on top here, but it's definitely a lot cooler piece, metal versus plastic. Very short throws versus the long throws, and gotta love the previous owner or something went wrong here and absolutely trashed the threads here. So this is basically garbage at this point unless I rethread it. But yeah, I will show you how I got those cables off right here. All right, so in my glorious wisdom, I thought taking off these cables here with my 9th gen, I was able to just basically, you grab them and you spin them clockwise from where you're sitting in the driver's seat. In my 9th gen, I was able to do it by hand. It was very hard, but I was able to do it by hand. With these, I was not. So I was scrambling for some channel lock pliers and I couldn't find any, so I had to rip to Canadian Tire and buy some before they close. And then luckily we got it off. It wasn't that bad once I had the channel grips on. But we're gonna throw everything back in now. I don't know if I'm gonna document the whole thing, because I told you how to do everything basically already, but I'm probably just gonna hook up the camera. We're gonna do a little time lapse, throw it all back together, and hopefully my quick little install, which has now taken like, it's been like 2.5 hours, and it was supposed to be like an hour install. So we're gonna do a quick little time lapse, throw it all back together, and we'll do a little, I'm not gonna do a little drive right now just because it is getting late and I have to eat and everything still. I just did this as soon as I got off to work. But we're gonna do a little shifter test and then we'll go from there. Okay, here's the not finished product, but installed product. It's I don't have the shifter on obviously, but it's very, very stiff and it's really nice. Like, oh man, yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to, why you might want to have that lighter spring on there. Okay, after a very not quick install, I almost missed the entire Oilers game. The shifter is in. It feels unreal. We unfortunately couldn't use the collar that connects this, just simply because it absolutely shredded. There must be, well, that's not it. That's the solid bushing kit that I realized I didn't need to buy now. But well, I can't remember. But the collar that goes here, it absolutely shredded this. So we're gonna order a new one tomorrow. But I gotta say, the shifting in this thing, at first it was so short I wasn't sure if I was in gear. I just went on a quick little drive, 5th, 6th, and then reverse. This thing, I was really hoping to do some sort of like a measurement of showing like how much shorter it actually is, just for the science. But I didn't really properly plan this out. Otherwise, I probably would have done that. But it's much shorter. It's tighter. Like, I always thought it was super tight, especially compared to my Evo. Like, the shifter in that thing is sloppy, which we will be addressing this year as well. But this thing somehow got even tighter than it was before, and it's super precise and notchy. Some people don't like the notchy feel. I love the notchy feel. I don't know why, I just love it. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Now I gotta clean up the mess, that everything that was in all my tools and the random crap in my center console. But yeah, that's it. If you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments. We do have a couple more things happening that are actually I have in the house right now, but we won't be doing that. I won't be doing that after work. That'll be a Saturday afternoon kind of install. But you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your comments. If you want to see anything else, just hit me up on my socials, and hope you have a good one.